Zuzi on the track.
Hey guys, Game Genius here, and today we're going to be talking about if any team can beat this super team, Golden State Warriors. Because from my point of view, no team is better than the Golden State Warriors. And if another super team will transform and can actually have good games against the Warriors, unlike the Cleveland Cavaliers. So recently, Chris Paul went to the Rockets, and Swaggy P went to the Golden State Warriors, and there's been so many, and Jimmy Butler went to the Timberwolves. There's so many trades this year that you never know what can happen to each team. Like example, OKC, they got Paul George, which we already talked about. They can be a phenomenal team, but are they still good enough to beat the Golden State Warriors, who have Kevin Durant, Finals MVP, Steph Curry, who had the most threes in one game, and Klay Thompson, an all-star player. Also Draymond Green, who won Defensive Player of the Year award this year. Matter of fact, there are good teams in the NBA, but not as good as this Golden State Warriors team. I mean, Spurs, they're a really good team, even though they're getting old. But they had a struggle to beat the Warriors in the playoffs, and they didn't. It was a very bad season and very bad playoffs against the Warriors. Who expected Kevin Durant going to this Warriors team, and now they're like a super team, like no one can stop them. Last year without Kevin Durant, they set a record for 73 wins and 9 losses without Kevin Durant. And they even though they choked in the finals, they were still the best team in the NBA. And now they have Kevin Durant, who it's too easy for Golden State now because Kevin Durant won Finals MVP, and they literally killed the Cavaliers 4-1 in the NBA Finals. Recently, Curry just got an NBA record on the biggest contract deal for 5 years for $201 million. Even LeBron congratulated him. And LeBron, matter of fact, also said he should earn more money. I still think that this Warriors team will still be a super team for the next 4 years. Because, you still have Curry, who's still in his prime. You have KD for a few more years. And you have other great players around him. And, after their contracts run out, you never know where they can go. They're going to be free agents soon. And they might re-sign. Kevin Durant, you never know what he can do. He broke all OKC fans' hearts out there while he didn't even care. And Curry just goes back into the Golden State Warriors whenever he can because that he fits in, he belongs there. So let's get into some possible teams that have a chance to be as good as this Warriors team. Okay, so you have this OKC team who recently got Paul George. By the way, go check out our video on that. And Paul George and Russell Westbrook together is a great combo, and they actually make good games against the Warriors. There's some beef around there with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Curry is he just kills OKC. They can't stop him, as well as Russell Westbrook. Golden State can't stop him. So OKC is a possible team that they can actually beat the Warriors most of the time. And if the Warriors are having a bad game, like how they did last year against the Trailblazers when they got creamed by 45 points, if they're having a bad game in the first 2 quarters, you know you win the game, because then they can't bounce back from their mistakes. You also have this Rockets team who recently got Chris Paul, and now you have Chris Paul and James Harden and Clint Capella, who's a young center. And they have many more great players like Trevor Ariza, who can dominate on the court. And they had a very good series against the Spurs, and that Spurs team can't even come anywhere near this Golden State Warriors team. So literally, that Rockets team is a possibility that they can actually beat the Golden State Warriors and just like OKC, dominate every game against them. Okay, so this might not be true, but I just like this. The 76ers. I know they're not going to be able to beat this team so badly or anything, but they have high potential next season. You have Markelle Fultz coming in. You have Joel Embiid, the star of the team. You have JJ Redick, who got signed. who's a veteran, and you also have Ben Simmons, who's coming in after he was injured, and you also have good average player Nick Stauskas. You also have many other great players, but I think this 76ers team can really show themselves about what they're built from. I mean, this 76ers team, they were 24th in scoring this last season, and I mean, the process is not meant for like winning straight off right now, but in the future, they'll get better, and they actually might be better than the Warriors because most of them are going to get older, and by then the 76ers will probably develop. So if they can win some games, get some more wins in there, then you know that something's happening with the 76ers. There's also many more teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers, Memphis Grizzlies, the LA Clippers, but we don't need to talk about those because we already know Cleveland Cavaliers are not really going to be a super team because there's really no way they're going to beat this Warriors team after they got killed, and they're not going to really sign a huge player. And the Clippers, I mean, they're going to be a good team, but it's all going to be the same. And from that, Golden State always kills them. And then you also have Memphis, who makes good games, but they're too slow and they can't keep up with this Golden State team. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.